let's talk about the NFC East. Last year, this division was kind of a train wreck. You had the Dallas Cowboys without Dak, struggled, picking near the top 10. You had the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the worst teams in the NFL last year. Giants, once again, were picking down towards the bottom, and it was Washington that won the division. What is this division going to bring us? Now, on paper, if we start with the Cowboys, on paper, the Dallas Cowboys look to be the cream of this division. With a healthy Dak Prescott, we saw what he was going to bring to this team last year. Before he got hurt, they were putting up impressive offensive numbers. So if Dak Prescott is back and he's healthy, the Cowboys, to me, are the easy favorites to win this division. You've got CeeDee Lamb, another year he's on the verge of breaking out as a superstar. We all know what Amari Cooper is. Michael Gallup might be the best third receiver in the NFL. You've got Ezekiel Elliott. You've got a strong offensive line. The offense is going to be stellar. And then I love the addition of Dan Quinn as their defensive coordinator. I thought, it's not like Dan Quinn had great defenses in Atlanta, but I think his simplified scheme, he also didn't have much talent on defense in Atlanta. His simplified scheme, Dan Quinn bringing in that 4-3 under, the Seattle-style, cover 3 style defense, I thought was going to be very beneficial for this Cowboys defense. Simplify things, get young guys on the field. I thought Micah Parsons, I think he's going to thrive, kind of being that pseudo linebacker, edge pass rusher. You got Randy Gregory coming back. You got young cornerbacks. Everything seems to be in place for the Cowboys, but that caveat, a healthy Dak Prescott. We don't know if he's healthy. He's missing time. He's hurt with his elbow. Their trainers are contacting Major League Baseball franchises trainers because he's got issues that you don't see in a quarterback. It's issues that you see in baseball pitchers. And I think that uncertainty, the unknown, you don't know what's going to happen. Is Dak Prescott going to be fine and he's just getting some issues and he'll be okay once the season starts? Is he going to miss a couple games, or is he going to miss significant time? This is something that's going to probably linger on for quite some time. And if Dak Prescott is there and he's his normal self, the Cowboys, in my opinion, are the lock pick for this division. But with the fact that there's this uncertainty and he may miss time, I still think that the Cowboys are going to finish second, maybe third. But I think these concerns and this unknown into the unknown that we're going with Prescott, I think that's a major red flag, and it's going to cost the Cowboys their playoff chances. Right now, Andy Dalton was the backup last year. And Andy Dalton didn't really play that well. And they're picking, 11, 12, something like that, 10, 11, whatever, it might have been 9. And Ben DiNucci is their backup. Small school guy, first real opportunity to play in the NFL, was the third string last year, whatever it may be. A lot of people raved about him. There was some buzz about him coming into the draft that year, but it's not Dak Prescott. Heck, he might not even be Andy Dalton. So if they're having to rely, the Dallas Cowboys, on Ben DiNucci for an extended period of time, more than a game or two, that spells big trouble for Dallas. And instead of looking at a playoff caliber team, we're looking at a team that's once again contending for a top 10 NFL draft pick. Now, the team that I think is going to win this division, I had originally picked Dallas until the Dak injury issues. So the team that I think is going to win the division this year, it's Washington. They're going to repeat back-to-back years. Here's a team that, in all reality, is a quarterback away from being a true NFC contender, I think. Are they as good as the Packers? Probably not. I guess it depends on who your quarterback is. But, really look at the other teams in this division. Put a decent quarterback at Washington. Put Justin Herbert. The Washington football team passed on Justin Herbert for Chase Young, and I know Chase Young is an absolute stud, but where would we be looking at this Washington football team if they had Justin Herbert as their quarterback? They'd be a lock, even with a healthy Dak Prescott, they would be a lock playoff team. And, it's because, they've got some weapons. Terry McLaurin, a good receiver. You've got a great, a tremendous, front four. Chase Young, aforementioned, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne. So they've got talent. They're well coached, in my opinion. It's just how the Washington football team does this year is all based off of Ryan Fitzpatrick. And on paper, Ryan Fitzpatrick is an upgrade. He's better than what they were getting last year with Dwayne Haskins and Alex Smith. And I know Taylor Heineke's still there as his backup. And as excited as we can be for Fitzmagic, I am still a little hesitant and not going all in. Fitzpatrick has his moments. We all love Fitzmagic. We all love when he comes in and he's not afraid. He's a gunslinger and he got the big beard. And he's just going to throw the ball around and be super aggressive. And that's great in short bits. And he played well last year in Miami, but he's still got limitations. And I think they're the best team in this division, especially if Dak Prescott is going to miss time. And I think if Dak is only out a few games, Washington and Dallas, they're going to kind of battle back and forth for that division. But I think this team at quarterback still has some limitations. I love Terry McLaurin. Okay? But what about all the pieces around him? Is the offensive line good enough? Is the running game good enough? Is, receivers 2, 3, and 4 good enough? I know they got Curtis Samuel, and that will help. That's better than probably who they had last year. I like Antonio Gibson, but he's still young. This team has talent. Okay? Is Fitzpatrick enough to take him to that next level? Now, the team to really kind of keep an eye on. The New York Giants, in my opinion, are a dark horse candidate for the playoffs this year. And I know that's crazy. Didn't have that great of a year. Daniel Jones, it's easy to make fun of him. But just think about this for a second. This team didn't have the most success last year. But look at what they're getting back. You've got another year of Daniel Jones. And if you look easily at this division, Daniel Jones might be the second best quarterback in this division. Okay? You've got Daniel Jones back for another year, back with the same coaching staff. You're getting Saquon Barkley back. You're getting your best player back on your team. He's better than Wayne Gallman. He's better than Deion Lewis, whoever else they had last year. You're getting Saquon Barkley back. You're getting one of the best running backs in the NFL back. And then you've got Kenny Golladay. So you're getting a true, is he a true number one receiver? He's not Julio Jones in that. He's not Odell Beckham Jr. in his prime. But you're getting a upgrade at receiver. So not only did you get better at receiver, you're getting better at running back. And sneakily, I know people may think I'm crazy. I watched their offensive line pretty intently last year for one of my writing positions. Their offensive line got better, a lot better as the year went on. Keep an eye on that offensive line. Keep an eye on this offense. And then what a lot of people don't realize is, and I think they forget about, this Giants defense was good last year. They didn't have any elite playmakers on it. There's no Aaron Donalds. There's no Jalen Ramseys. There's no Khalil Macks. But their defense was tremendous last year. Patrick Graham, their defensive coordinator, I thought he might have gone out and got a head coaching job. But he's back. So not only did they have a good defense last year, they retained their defensive coordinator. They got everybody back. Keep an eye out on this Giants team. Okay? Dallas Cowboys, if they struggle with Dak's injuries. Washington, I think they've got some limitations. Don't be surprised if the New York Giants hit their stride. They like playing for Joe Judge. Joe Judge might be crazy, may make everyone run, whatever it may be. he gets him to play. And you got a good defensive coordinator. Your offensive line's getting better, in my opinion. It all falls on Daniel Jones. They're upgrading talent around him. He's going to have better talent. Can he put it together? And can the Giants make their playoff run? And then there's the Eagles. Not too long ago, heck, even last year, I thought the Eagles were the best team in the division. Not too long ago, they won the Super Bowl. But today, I'm telling you, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be in contention for the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Just look at this team. They trade away Carson Wentz, which they probably had to because of all the issues going on. So Carson Wentz is gone. And now they replace him with Jalen Hurts, who played well fantasy-wise at the end of last year, showed some glimpses, but I don't think you're going into the season saying, hey, Jalen Hurts is one of these guys he's going to be the next top 10 quarterback. I don't see it. I don't think anyone sees it. He's got talent, don't get me wrong, but I think he's a good high-end backup. You got a new head coach, Nick Sirianni, coming over from the Colts. Okay? First-time play caller, first-time head coach. How is he going to be in this first time? Offensively, they got Devontae Smith. He's been banged up a little bit in practice. He'll probably be fine. I mean, all accounts, he's doing tremendous work. Who do they also have besides him at receiver? Jalen Reagor, is he going to step up? Offensive line was ravished by injuries last year. Are those guys going to be able to come back, stay healthy? Miles Sanders. I like Miles Sanders. But once again, can they count on all these guys? Defensively, got talent. I think one thing that helps them and might prevent them from getting that number 1 overall pick is they do have the 3rd easiest schedule in the NFL. So I think when you're comparing them against the Houston Texans or any of the other teams that are contending for that first pick in the NFL draft, they at least have one of the easier schedules. This division isn't full of elite teams, so they could sneak off some wins. They've got talent. They have talent on this team. But I just don't know if they have enough of it. I don't know if I trust their coaching staff quite yet. I don't know if I trust their quarterback. I don't know if I trust their weapons. To me, the Philadelphia Eagles, because of that, I think they're probably a lock top 5 pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. I would not be shocked one bit if they ended up having the number 1 overall pick in that 2022 class. I just think there's too many issues. The organization seems like it's in disarray. Maybe a new coaching staff, new leadership there, getting Wentz out of there will help, but I just don't know if it's quite there.